Verhofstadt's w.arped answer: to save democracy, push out elected Trump and let EU take over. The arch-federalist launched a blistering attack on the elected U.S. president, blaming him for the deterioration of the transatlantic alliance, which has safeguarded the West as we know it. He claimed the only way to protect the liberal world order is for other powers, beginning with the European Union, to step into the breach. The former Belgian Prime Minister accused the Republican firebrand of renouncing the traditional role of the U.S. as the main defender of liberal democracy. Writing for Project Syndicate, he said, "Europe has no choice but to act." Almost daily, new evidence emerges that Trump remains committed to his America First approach, which renounces the traditional U.S. role as the world's main defender of liberal democracy. Right-wing populists and authoritarian regimes, in Europe and elsewhere, will continue seeking to exploit the resulting global leadership vacuum. The only way to protect the liberal world order is for other powers, beginning with the EU, to step into the breach. He called on EU member states to take responsibility, adding, "The absence of a cogent U.S. president who is willing and able to encourage the EU to make further progress toward integration does not help matters." But European leaders must take responsibility for their own recalcitrance and take action to save the Union. Donald Trump has repeatedly stemmed fears the U.S. may withdraw support for NATO, calling it obsolete and a waste of American taxpayers' money. Mr. Verhofstadt highlighted these fears, saying, "The transatlantic alliance, which for decades has underpinned global stability, fortified democracy, and safeguarded the West as we know it, is under severe strain and risks terminal decline." U.S. President Donald Trump, who has repeatedly challenged America's traditional alliances, including by attacking NATO, undoubtedly bears much responsibility for this deterioration. And during the comment piece, Mr. Verhofstadt, who represents the EU Parliament in Brexit talks, also made sure he took a swipe at Britain, saying the nation's Leave voted increased support for the Brussels Club. He added, "The good news is that popular support for the EU has improved markedly since the United Kingdom's Brexit vote in June 2016, creating a window of opportunity to deliver meaningful reform. But the window will not stay open for long." And, so far, EU leaders have failed to leverage renewed support for the European project to argue for change.